Hey family, welcome to the Hub. Today, I have Joseph and Paris. So excited to have them. Joseph started an amazing app called Real Black Love. We'll get into that a little bit later. But first, welcome Joseph and Paris.
Hey, what's going on, Coach Cass?
I am excited to have you. Just love what you're doing in the world. But first, we want to be nosy. Okay, we want to know a little bit about your love story. So, Joseph, Hunty, tell us a little bit about your love journey. Where you been? Where you at?
My love journey's been a little bit crazy. I can say that, but I wouldn't change anything about it. I got divorced in 2010, I believe. And after that, dating was a little bit different in my 30s than it was in my 20s. So after that, I was recommended to online dating. I love the idea, love the fact that I can meet people on the go, but there was not really any platforms catering to relationship-focused Black singles like myself. So with my marketing ability, and I was a web developer, I've used all those things to form RBL, realblacklove.com at the time. It was a dating website. And then from there, we moved on to RBL dating app.
So you were a single man that was looking for love, and literally you created a solution that you couldn't find.
The solution. I'm like, you know what? This is for the birds. Like the apps I was using just didn't really, sit well with me. I wasn't finding what I was looking for. But I knew there was thousands and thousands of people just like me, looking for a relationship. More focused when it comes to dating with purpose. So yeah, I set out to fill that void, and that's what I did with Real Black Love.
Okay, so Paris, where were you? Tell us a little bit about your journey with love.
I had a similar introduction into online dating. I got married very young, had kids very young, stayed in that relationship for 9 years, and it ended, and I was devastated. I was trying to figure out, one, how to be a single mom. When you get married and you have kids, you don't really sign up to be a single parent. You sign up to have that normal nuclear family that I grew up in. So I actually had to figure out how to re-enter the dating market. When I first decided to re-enter the dating market, it was, of course, with some of the popular mainstream apps. And it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. It was like, no matter which one I tried, it was just like the same terrible experience.
Oh no.
And then, for a couple years, I was just like, bump this, I'm out. I went through the same heartbreak that a lot of women go through, where they have the app, they get on it, and then they're like, no, I don't want to do this, and they delete it again. So it's like, I feel like a lot of people go through the same thing, where they're like, I'm gonna give it a try, and they get on there and they meet a terrible person. It's like, oh my God, why did I do that? Of course, it's not the app's fault technically.
Right.
What you choose, a part of it is you and where you go, and then how you select as well. So I actually really did take a break because I really wasn't finding what I was looking for and the type of men that I would match with. I eventually decided to try online dating again because I got spooked with the whole COVID thing very early, because our relationship is still new. Well, newish. I'll give it newish. At the beginning of COVID, that's when we met. My butt was like freaking out in December of last year, 2020, right? So I was like, man, there's just something that's going on. It's like a plague. I took it way serious, and I decided to try online dating again, and jumped on RBL, and that was an app that I hadn't tried before. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. If you pull up in the App Store Black dating, his stuff pops to the top of it. I had no idea when I created a profile and got on there I was going to be talking to the founder of the app.
Right?
He kind of hid that a little bit, going in.
Just a little bit.
So it was a really cool experience.
Right.
So
at the beginning of the pandemic, like I was in the same boat she was. I had like 30 gallons of water. I was prepping,
A freezer.
Yeah.
But But I was getting lonely, you know. Single man. I had my son every now and then on the weekends and such a, you know, it was just me. So,
Right.
you know, I was like, you know what, let me get back out there on these apps. You know, I didn't just try RBL, but it so happened that I did meet Paris on RBL. She signed up within 36 hours. I was on it for maybe 3 months and we connected. Yeah.
So do you guys even remember what intrigued you about each other's profiles? Do you remember?
I do.
Oh, snap.
Most of Joseph's pictures he was in a suit.
Oh.
And Joseph was real suave. Like, I was
Mhm.
like, oh gosh, he got swaggy. Look at him in the car. He's posing a little bit. I was like, he's just real suave. I remember the picture in the car. I think he was trapping away. He had a little trap picture in there. I call like
thirst trap?
Thirst trap picture. He had a little
Wow.
thirst trap. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna match with him. He seems
snap.
business. He seems serious.
Right. So her profile really jumped out. You know, her smile. I love her
Mhm.
smile. I love the fact that, you know, she's talked about her sons being the number one thing in her life, and a couple other things I can't remember off the top of my head, but we did have in common. So yeah, I reached out to her to say hello, and she wrote back. So I'm happy that happened.
This is so beautiful. So I'm hoping that everyone listening and watching is keeping hope alive. Listen to me. Joseph was on there for 3 months, right? Just 3 months. And Paris, listen, she had deleted the app, got back on apps and found the right app. Hello. And then within 3 days, her love life rose again.
Yeah. And ever since we got first connected, we've been together like every day.
It happened like that. Like
Every day we've been together since then. So it's been
so is it one of those like when you know, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't perfect starting out, you know.
Right.
She's a little younger than I am.
Uh-huh.
Just a little younger. So it was different dating someone that much younger than me, because I normally date someone probably older than me, you know.
I didn't really seriously date anyone that much older than me, but you know, I decided to give it a try. I was like, you know, let's be open. Let's date people, you know, let's not try to focus on a number.
Yeah.
I understand, like, when you start getting 20, 30, 40 years, it actually is a huge difference in the dynamic of the way people are brought up.
Right.
But let me actually try to get into more of the character and interpersonal skills, which that's where I was at, you know, coming to anyway, as far as being in my early 30s and trying to figure out what I really wanted. Right. And I had really gotten good at that when I met him. So
this is so good. Y'all are such a beautiful couple. So I know this is on the spot, but since you are now officially in the dating business, right? The both of you together, what would you say are some of the top things that you tell women specifically to do when they're getting on a dating app? Is there any tips that you have for these ladies listening in?
Which one do you want first? The main thing I tell women all the time is be patient. You know, I hear all the time, you know, it ain't work for me. Well, how long did you use the app? I was on it a couple of days. Well, you didn't give it enough time.
Right.
You know, you could literally get off the app and then your husband would join the next day and you just missed out on your blessing, you know. So what I tell women is to basically position yourself, make yourself available, and also your profile. Show who you are and show who you're looking for. And be positive on the dating apps. You can't
say I don't want this and don't talk to me if you don't have that.
And they will lead with that.
Right.
They will lead with that. So I tell people, like, why would you want to be attracted to negative energy?
Right.
You know, men look for positive women. That's the main thing. We're looking for positive women because we want to bring that in our lives, especially men that are out here doing big things and trying to improve life for their family and such, you know. But be positive because that's what people are attracted to.
I would say be yourself. Be you. Be yourself. Don't get on these apps being someone else. Embrace you.
Right.
We see a lot of people that are going to the trends as far as like hat fishing. I don't want to say filter fishing.
Filter fishing.
I mean, it's just be yourself. Be proud of who you are. Be comfortable in who you are, and you're not competing with anyone on this app. You already there. Find someone who wants you for the real you. Also, one thing we see is very, very, very long bios coming from women, and then almost no bios from men. it's got to be a healthy balance where you can, give someone a little bit of insight on you without paragraphs and paragraphs where you're dumping baggage inside of a bio. That's not what it's about. It's a brief snapshot of who you are.
Right.
And with men, it's almost like ask me later. It's like they want to give nothing and they're just trying to get people to be intrigued with them. When you're
be
dating
excited about my chest.
Yeah, all of this is pictures. Like when you're dating with a purpose or you're dating to find someone that's compatible with you, give them something to go off of.
Right.
Your interests, your passions, what you do, how long you did it, where you from, something.
Right.
Something. Okay. All right. So what about the ones that are tired of the chats? Like, so they're in the chat for like 57 years. Like, how do you get off the app and like into person? Like, do you have any tips on how to get off the app and actually meet up or have a conversation? Like do you have any rules to how you do that?
I tell all singles to get off the app as soon as possible. Get on the phone. And not when I say phone, I'm talking about conversation, talking, like pick up the phone, call the person, not the text messaging. So much could get lost in text messaging and you can't really learn someone through a text. So, I mean, if you vibe with someone, get off the app and talk to them and see if you guys have some commonality between you two.
Well, I think once you let it go on way too long, like you guys have been on the app for like 3, 4, 5 weeks, and then it starts turning into months, that becomes your normal, right? So me and Joseph, we got off of the app pretty quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
I asked for a number that night. Like, hey, let me get your number. Let's have a conversation.
And then started like having conversations and communicating and then FaceTime. And then it was just like, hey, let's meet up. And even our dates was different because of COVID. But I'm kind of glad that COVID happened in a weird way. Because it allowed us to change. It allowed me to change the date instead of being more standoffish, like, oh my God, we can't link up, don't come to my house. It's almost like let the guard down. You got to see the real me so much quicker, which allowed us to build a bond. So
Oh, wow. Okay. So, all right. My next question was for the women that are anti-sliding in the DMs. It's like, oh, but isn't the guy supposed to message me? So they're like waiting with their picture. What do you say to that, guys?
Yeah, I got a message from a lady a couple of days ago. She's like, the app's not working for me. I'm like, so how many men have you reached out to? She says, none. I said, well, you're not really being proactive. There's nothing wrong with saying hello. A simple hello is not asking a man. You're not getting on one knee and proposing to the man.
That's all a man needs. Like,
right.
Hello to him was like, oh my gosh, she likes me.
Right. Like, just a simple hello can go a long way. Matter of fact, if you go to rblapp.com, you'll see a couple ladies say, I took the initiative to reach out to a guy. One lady, she got married to a dude in 6 months. They were married.
Woo!
It was a simple her just reaching out. She was a little timid because she thought women shouldn't do that, but she did it anyways, and they were married in 6 months, just like that.
All the old school.
Right. She met the best man in her life, she said, and she's so happy that she actually reached out to him.
So all the old school is out the window when it comes to online dating.
That doesn't apply to online dating. Like,
I always say,
really doesn't.
Ask a question.
Right.
Like, I mean, if you don't want to say hello, just say, how long have you been in the area?
Right.
There's so many just different things you can start. Like, how's the weather where you're at?
Right.
Just to spark that
simple conversation. Simple conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You can go onto their profile and see something that intrigues you and ask them about it.
Oh,
it's all about conversation.
Yeah, like what's your favorite NFL team?
Right.
And the guy would just start talking to you. And I'm a big advocate of, okay, you don't have to hit on a guy, like get aggressive, like, do you got a girl? Can I get your number? Because you could definitely start a conversation.
Can I have it?
Right.
Can I get your number?
Right.
Right. Like, no, you don't have to mac on a guy. You can still, be a little feminine, let him come to you.
Right. And
you can start a conversation.
Right. All the man needs is that lead. Like sometimes. And truth be told, when you're on dating apps, that guy could literally have 20 messages in his inbox. So he may not have any time to go searching. But if you get into his inbox, he may actually see you and start talking to you.
I love all of this. Oh my goodness. So here you were, both two single people. You were fed up with the apps, so you created one. You were fed up with the apps until you got on this one. You met each other, quarantine, COVID craziness, and you're still together. Like, this is beautiful. So for those people that are like, what? Dating during COVID? So what were some of the first dates that you guys went on during this COVID season?
All right. You want to be transparent about this?
Go ahead.
Okay. So me, you know, as a matchmaker, I tell my clients, most of my clients, like literally 90% of all clients that I have are women. I always tell them never meet up with the guy at your house. Make sure you go in public.
Right.
You know, make sure it's
which is normally
yeah,
what I do.
Yeah.
Normally,
but we just had this huge vibe, and this was like right at the beginning of lockdown. And there was really nowhere to go. There was nowhere to go. So she's like, you know what? Come over. I'm gonna cook for you. I was like, really? Like, so she invited me over and cooked for me. And like I said, we've been together ever since. So it was pretty dope. I never advise women to invite a man over on a first date. But this was out of
disclaimer.
Right.
Do not do this.
Don't do what we did. Okay. Don't do what we did. But she did research me. After a while, I let her know who I was. She Googled me. So she had a little bit comfort.
Yeah, it's
and
like
who I was.
communication.
So what did you make, Paris?
I don't remember. Was it pasta?
Shrimp scampi.
Yeah.
Shrimp scampi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shrimp. Is that your special dish, Paris? Is that like the dish you know you got on lock?
I got a lot of dishes on lock.
Yeah, she can cook. She can cook. That's another thing. I was like, oh, you pretty and can cook? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in there. Like, I'm good for quarantine.
Love this. Oh my goodness. So is there anything that we missed in terms of your love journey that you guys want to share?
It happened so fast. Like,
it did happen fast.
It happened so fast.
One thing that I liked about our love journey, like our first away trip together was with our kids.
Yeah.
So and I thought that was actually really romantic. I feel like the way to a single mother's heart is through her children.
Mm-hmm.
So like that first, it was like so spontaneous. Like, we're going to the beach, and I'm like, we got the kids. We taking the kids. Right. And I'm like, yeah, let's take the kids. So, you know, we had a really great time at the beach, and it was such a good like getaway from like everything going on with COVID. Because you know, but the close down, no one owns the beach. Yeah. So we had a real good time just laying on the beach, dancing,
kids having fun,
karaoke car trip. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so much fun. Yeah.
Wait, let's rewind, because I know there's single moms that listen in, right? How was that in terms of introducing your kids to each other? Like, what was that decision like, and how did you do it?
So what it was, you know, school's closed down, and my boys are very, very social, and he had a son. So worst case scenario, it would have been mommy's friend with a son, playmate, play dinner date. That's kind of how it was. It was just like, this is mommy's friend, and he has a friend for you guys, because I go recruit friends for my kids all the time. So you know, first it just started off as like, you know, this is mommy's friend, and now you have a new friend,
right?
And and they started to interact and play and get along really well. So man, it just turned out so good. It's like, oh my God, they get along well. Like, you can just stay because they don't have school, and they're loving this because they don't have any friends, and now they got friends. So I mean, it actually just worked, and I think that's one of the great things about dating, being a single parent and dating another guy that is a single parent. Like they get it, and that's one thing that attracted to me to him, like, because he was such a good father. Like, you're good to your son, you can be good to my kids. Like, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
And what about you, Joseph, in terms of dating a single mom? What was that? Were you one of those people that was like, oh no, I can't date a single mom?
I never was that guy. Actually, I actually admire single mothers. My mother was a single mother, because they just had their stuff together more. You know, they're not. I'm not saying that women that don't have children don't have their stuff together, but a single mother is forced to have her stuff together. If you understand what I'm saying. So they're nurturing. They're usually nurturing. You know, they're about their business. They're focused. You know, just there's a lot of things about a single mother that I admire. And truth be told, I was really looking to date a single mother because I wanted a family. I'm not even sure if I want more kids. So if a lady comes with kids, that's like perfect. Like, my son has someone to play with, and such, and they're both around the same age. Her son and my son, they're like literally the same age. So it's like a perfect, it's just perfect. Like, meshed really well. The blend fit, the blended family fit very well.
Oh, the next series by Paris and Joseph, The Blend Fit. There we go. I love it. Oh my goodness. All right. So do you guys have any question? Do you got a question for me? Anything that you want to ask me?
Yeah, go ahead, Paris.
I You've been married for a while. Give us some secrets. You know, we're not married yet, but we're trending that way.
Trending. I like the trend. The trend. Yes.
A hard trend. A hard
It's
trend.
a hard trend.
A hard trend.
We discussed it.
Yeah.
But what is your secrets to a successful marriage?
So, what I believe is one of the main ingredients to a successful marriage is affirmations and being specific about it. You know, honey, I love the way you did blank. Or, sweetheart, you know, I respect you so much because of blank. So when we take a moment each day, and I have a reminder in my phone, right? Literally to say thank you 3 times a day to my husband, right? They say the happiest relationships, the happiest marriages are the ones that thank each other every day. Say thank you at least 3 times a day, because especially with the whole pandemic and everything, you know, you could kind of just end up doing, and you do and you do and you do and you eat and you do whatever, you fall asleep and you start again. But when do we take a moment to just say, you know what? Thank you for your shrimp scampi tonight. That thing was off the chain. You know, thank you for cleaning up that whatever, because it turned into a large mound, you know. So being very specific and recognizing your partner and what they're doing. Like, for instance, my husband, he has this training he does, the Master Storyteller Academy, and it's something that I admire about him. So I told him about it, right? Like, hey, this is what I admire about you, and this is what helps me to want to be a better person. This is what I respect about you, you know, that love and respecting. So being able to verbalize that, I believe, is one of the main things of making a marriage work. When you feel honored, when you feel cherished, when you feel affirmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love all of that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to put that in my phone 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
Yes.
Just look for something to say thank you for. It's
Celebrate each other.
yeah. Oh, you know what? We started doing at our dinner table. So every night we try to eat dinner together. And when we eat dinner together, and it's with my 4-year-old, we'll say, well, what do you want to celebrate today? And when we share whatever it is, we go, spirit fingers.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
And we celebrate each other just for the simplest things, right? For the simplest things. So that has just been a beautiful part of our journey to start to learn to celebrate. Because as driven people, y'all already know, okay, we hit this goal and then it's on to the next goal, then it's on to the next goal. And if we don't stop to acknowledge the simple things, when do we reach the destination? We're never going to reach the destination. Your app, you know, it's going to get better and better and better, and the matchmaking better and better. Your relationship, your parenting, it's like we're forward focused. So being able to take a moment to be in the present, to celebrate it,
Right.
it makes a huge difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, families.
Love it. Yeah, thank you for that. Love it.
So I just appreciate you guys being on here, taking time to be a part of the show. So I know for a fact that we got something really special for all those out there listening in. If you go to rblapp.com/coachcast, guess what? We got a hookup for you. 50% off for the first 3 months. Let me tell you, those that pay, they play to stay. Okay, we want you to be able to have the love that you want, and always doing the free is not the way to go, right? So if you get on an app, I'm always of the belief that when you pay to play, you get better results. Is that true, or is that true?
I try to express that all the time. People that are invested in their love life get more out of their love life.
I love it. I love it. So if you want more out of your love life, please do go to rblapp.com/coachcast to get a nice deal. And we'll also have the link in our bio of this episode. So please, please, please follow Joseph in Paris. What's your handle on Instagram, guys?
Instagram is Real Black Love. We have a Facebook page, Real Black Love. And then we just started a YouTube channel, Joseph in Paris. Finding Real Black Love with Joseph in Paris.
Oh, beautiful. All right. So you guys have to tune into that. They get into the nitty gritty. They're sharing good tips. So make sure to follow, share, and support this business. These are amazing couple. We can't wait to see the amazing things that come from the two of you together, a dynamic power couple. Please be inspired by these two as you watch their journey. Thanks so much for sharing with us, guys.
Right. And also, if dating app is not your thing, if you're looking for matchmaking, go to realblacklove.com. Paris and I VIP matchmakers. Been matchmaking for 7 years. So if you're looking for a tailored dating source, then that's perfect for you.
Hey, listen to me, family. Matchmaking is it. Okay. So if you know that you got your stuff together, hello. Okay. You know that you got your stuff together. All right. You reach out to them and they have a pool of men. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Nationwide.
Or if you want to join the pool.
Or
Hey, join the pool. Okay.
Yes.
Join the pool too. Put your name in the pot. You just never know. Make sure to let them know that you heard it here first on the Coach Cash Show. Oh,
Hey.
I feel like I should be a rapper.
Love it.
Coach Cat.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, family. So until next time, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thanks for listening in. Make sure to subscribe, hit the 5 stars, and head over to rblApp.com. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh.